All right, welcome back to the part 3 of this video series where we are replacing Windows with uh, Linux Mint. So in this series or in this video, we're going to do something a little lighthearted. We're not going to waste a whole bunch of time. It's probably going to be a fairly short video, but it is going to show you something that's fairly interesting and important. And that is how fast is Linux compared to Windows. Now, if you remember back in your Windows computer, before we put Linux Mint on here, how much hard drive space you were using, what kind of memory you were using, your CPU usage, your RAM, that kind of thing. If that's something that you've monitored and kept tabs of, just keep that in mind when we go through this. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, I'm here on my desktop. I'm just going to click my start button, my Linux Mint button down here, and we can search what we were looking for here, but I know exactly where it's at. I'm just going to administration, and then I'm going to pull up disk usage analyzer. And basically what this is going to do is going to show me where everything is at, what's using up all the disk space, and we'll give that a second to load. And as you can tell, Linux Mint is only using 12.2 gigabytes of drive space. Now, you can imagine how much Windows uses. I think the smallest one I've personally seen, and you guys may have seen smaller, but the smallest I've seen is about 40 gigs. And my workstation at work, I use Windows 11 at work, and it is currently using about 140 gigabytes. And I really don't have a lot of stuff stored on there, but that's also not really a true apples to apples comparison because I use a special version of Windows 11 simply because of the nature of my job. My point being, however, is it's going to use a fraction of what Windows uses. My other playlists that you can browse through, like the Debian 13, it's a 10-part series, and I basically do the same thing with Debian that I'm doing with this playlist. And I think in that video series, I got Debian to where it was using only like 4 gigabytes of disk space with a clean install. The reason why Linux Mint would be bigger is because Linux Mint is aimed at brand new users, just like you are, and so it's going to have a lot of the stuff that Debian doesn't come with by default already installed for you. But still, regardless, 12.2 gigabytes is actually pretty cool for a fully functional operating system, especially today in 2026. So the other thing we're going to look at is the resource usage, how much RAM you were using, if you remember that, um, and what your CPU looks like. So in here, we're just going to go over here to System Monitor, and we're going to pull that up. And by default, the first time you open it is going to be out here in the Processes tab, and that's just going to list all the processes in alphabetical order. You can also look at your file systems. This second, it's not even showing my second drive in here. I have another NVMe. So this is totaling 490 gigs. But if we go to resources, you can see how low the resource usage here is on the CPU. This is basically at an idle. Now this is a 10th generation i9 core processor. It's a 10 core 20 thread, as you can tell. So yours might vary a little bit more than that at an idle. You may be using a little bit more, but the comparison here is between what you used to use for Windows and what you're currently using now in Linux. And the next one down is memory and swap. Now, we're not going to go through the technical definitions here. We can go into that a little bit further. Suffice it to say, as a very short thing, swap in Linux is basically what Windows used to call a page file. And it is just swappable memory above and beyond what you have for RAM. Now, as you can tell, I don't know why it's saying 67.3. I actually have 64 gigs of RAM in here, and I'm using about 2 gigs of that. So just a tiny, tiny bit. That little red line down there is all I'm using at an idle. And for networking, it's not sending or receiving anything because it's not calling home constantly. It's not constantly reaching out to the internet saying, this is what I'm doing now. This is how many pictures I have. It's not using hardly any networking connections because there's nothing to report. Linux doesn't, by definition and by default, does not call home. And also on your disk usage, this is also set at 0 because it's not doing anything. Everything that's on the screen is running from memory, so it's not actually reading and writing to the disks any right this very second. It does look like I have an update that is available. Looks like there's 10 updates. However, we're going to save that for the next video. I wanted to do something very quick while Windows is still fresh on my mind, or on our minds, I should say, just to show you how little resources Linux actually uses compared to Windows. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video here. We will see you again in the next one, and we'll get on to those updates then.